Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing some phonics games with you. Today's focus is on phase 2 sounds, so this video is probably more applicable for reception and key stage 1 children. Some key stage 1 children will have already covered these sounds, but it's a really good way to keep recapping them with them and making loads of new words. So what you're going to need to start today is you're going to need a sound mat. If you haven't got one of these at home, please don't worry, lots of people don't. All you need to do is go online, go on Google and type in phase 2 sound mat. That will bring up those sound mats. The one you're looking for is the one with the orange bars across the top that has got the letter and then a picture underneath that corresponds to that letter. Okay, that's the first thing you're going to need. The next thing you're going to need is some cards. Now, it's really easy to make these cards at home. If you've got post-it notes, that's brilliant because they will work really, really well. If you're like me and you haven't got post-it notes, please don't worry. All I've done is cut up some little squares of paper like this. Okay, once you've cut up your squares or you've got your post-it notes, you need to write down all the sounds onto those. Okay, so on the sound mat, every sound that you see, just write it onto an individual card. Don't write 2 on one card. So you've got your cards, you've got your sound mat. The last thing you're going to need is a timer. This can either be a kitchen timer or it could be that you use one from YouTube, and you can set it for however long you would like. It's just a case of making sure that it's appropriate for your child. If you know that they're going to find this activity quite difficult, maybe set it for 5 minutes. If you think it's going to be quite easy, set it for 3. It's a really nice activity because it's open-ended, so you can play this multiple times and try and beat their score. So once you've got all those things set up, you're ready to go. Before your child starts playing the game, what you need to do is just pull out some of the sounds. You're going to need to pull out the vowel sounds, so that's A, E, I, O and U. Those sounds you are going to hold on to, okay? The rest of the sounds, the consonants, you're going to hide around wherever you're playing this game. If it's a beautiful day, this would be a great game to play outside, but we do live in the UK and I can't guarantee the weather, so if it's not nice outside, just play it inside, it will work just as well, okay? These sounds hidden. Try not to hide them too well, because if they are hidden too well, the focus might end up on can you find the sounds rather than can you make the words with the sounds. So just make sure you're being mindful of that when you start. As you play this game more and more, you might want to be more inventive with hiding places, but it's easier just at the beginning to make it quite basic. So now you've got everything set up and you're ready to go. You've got your vowels in your hand and you've got your consonants hidden. You are going to want to choose one of the vowel sounds. I've chosen A. I'm really sorry, it's backwards. So I've got my A here. You're going to explain to your child how to play this game. The game works like this. You, as a child, are going to go and find me 2 consonants, 2 sounds that are hiding in this room. You're going to bring them back, put them around my sound, and then see if you can read them, okay? For example, they might go away and find an F and an N. And then you've got a word here for them to read. Fan, okay? If they do that and they sound it out and they read it, that means that they can have a point. And they can go and put those 2 letters back where they found them. If they can't read one of the sounds, so say for example they're not sure what that says, put it to one side. Doesn't matter. What they'll need to do is then they'll need to recap it right at the end of the game, but you don't want to put it back out again because they'll need a little bit more of a recap on it. Once they've hidden those sounds again, they can go and find 2 more letters. So for instance, I've now found these 2. So this says hag. That means I can have a point. I'm then going to go and re-hide those 2 sounds. I'm then going to go and find 2 more. And this time round, I found this one and this one. So this says tam. Now it's not a real word, but it doesn't matter because the focus here is on sounding it out and blending it together. So if they can do that, that means they can have a point. Okay? You keep going until the timer runs out. By the end of this, you'll have a score of how many words they were able to read, and you'll also have a pile of sounds that you need to recap. So when it's finished and you've added up your score, you can then recap your sounds. Look at it on here, look at it on your sound mat, think of words that have got this sound in, anything to do to remind the children of the sound that you're looking at. Once that's finished, you can then play this game again, but you can play it with a different consonant because they've rehidden a different vowel. Because they've rehidden the consonants, it then means that you can play this over and over again without needing to reset back up. Okay, so once that's all done, they'll have another score, and each time they play you want to try and encourage them to beat the score from last time, but remember they're only going to get that point if they read it accurately. If they are making a guess or they're not sure, they won't get the point. You can extend this game really easily by including different sounds. If they're looking at phase 3 or even phase 5 sounds, you can extend it like that. You could also make it a challenge that only real words are going to count, so that makes them think, am I going to need these letters to make that word? And they're thinking ahead about their reading skills. You could also narrow down the time frame. If you want them to beat their time, but you're only going to give them 2 minutes, how many words could they make in those 2 minutes? Okay. So I hope this has been really helpful and it's a game that you'd like to play at home. And I hope you're all staying safe and happy at home. See you later.